Hello, viewers at home. Welcome to another intriguing episode of our show at Naija Pairs TV. As you all know, we're here to talk about love, relationships, marriages, and everything in between, and also dive into entrepreneurship and business. Before we do that, I would like to say thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for liking our videos. Thank you for the comments. We are totally grateful. If you're seeing this video for the very first time, you might want to hit on the subscribe button because we have a lot of content ready for your consumption. Yes, today, going straight into the business of the day, we are going to be focusing on love, relationship, marriages, and everything in between. And to do that, we'll be having a marriage counselor here to enlighten us about love. But I'll be making an introduction shortly after this commercial break. I am the Mary Jeremiah, and I remain your host. Stay tuned.
Naija Pairs is an online dating platform with an arm created to bring wedding vendors closer to their clients. We are after the happiness and fulfillment of every vendor. Visit www.naijapairs.com to get started and change your business space entirely. Naija Pairs, the website just for you.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I am the Mary Jeremiah, and I remain your host. And with me, I have the marriage counselor in the person of no other than Mrs. Bola Ajibade. How do you do that?
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me here.
Oh my God, I'm shy. How do you do, ma'am? Like, you're a marriage counselor, right? How long have you been a marriage counselor?
Well, I would say for like 5 years.
Has that always been your mandate? Has that always been what you wanted to do? Or did you at some point just discover that, okay, this is the line I want to go into?
Well, I would say it has always been there. Even when I was in school, when I was a single lady, I've always been interested in anything that has to do with relationships. And thank God for someone like Pastor Bimbo Dukoya. As an undergraduate, that was all. Our messages were just
for you,
my investment. I wasn't really caring. I didn't really care about what I put on, as a young lady or something. But I really invested in those messages,
right.
And I think it really helped my passion. It helps me to. I would say those messages helped me to put my passion into the right direction.
Right. But you're an entrepreneur as well, right?
Yes.
How has it been combining both together as a wife, a mother? How has it been?
Well, I won't say it's been easy. At the same time, it's been interesting. It's been fun. Yeah, because when you're truly prepared for something, you'll be able to
give it all it takes. Okay. As an entrepreneur, over the years, what is one thing you've learned that you feel is very cogent for people to hold on to as an entrepreneur?
Well, I think my own core is customer relations, right? I really love excellent customer relations. So everything you do, as an entrepreneur, you are meant to make profit.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's why you're in the business.
Definitely.
But the only thing is that, you put people before profit. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're still going to make your profit, but at the same time, the satisfaction of the customers should be a priority. So that's what I've learned, because even those that have been patronizing, no matter how cheap your things are or affordable your things are, if you don't have good customer relations, I don't want to come back.
Definitely.
So I want customers that will keep coming back, clients that will keep coming back.
Wow, that is very handy. It's one of the rare advice we get. People will say do this, but customer relation is something that I think people have not really paid much attention to it, and it's much needed.
Yeah, and if you're able to satisfy one customer, that's
an investment.
Yeah, bring more. Right. Bring at least 10 referrals and everything. Wow. And that's what you need for your business to really thrive in this kind of economy.
Thank you so much. We'll make sure we owe that to heart. Thank you so much. Let's dive into love, relationship, marriages, and everything in between. In this our recent age, feels like we have more stories of failed marriages, stories of love and scam, and all of that. Just what's your take on the recent rumor
around marriage?
Well, I would say it's recent. It has always been there. Yeah. Whatever value you have for marriage is, I would say, it stems from your environment, what you're exposed to, how you're being raised. So that's the normal. The first thing, family. It starts from the family. And that's why I always tell people marriage is a big deal. And the reason it's a big deal is because family is the smallest unit of the whole society. So if you want a sane society, it starts from marital decisions that are perfect.
Perfect. Families that are perfect.
Marital decision. Family starts from marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are lots of things that are being built on this marriage.
So when we are talking about family, you first consider marriage.
Right.
Yeah. So your decision will really determine the kind of family you're going to have and the kind of children you're going to release into the society at large. And you know what it means.
Recently now, we have Gen Zs that come out to say they don't want to get married, they don't think it's a must to get married. Marriage is maybe not a big deal, but to you, why do you think we should work towards getting married?
Well, I wouldn't persuade anybody to get married.
Right.
Because marriage is not for everybody.
Right.
Yes. And that's why I said it's a big deal. So if you're not ready to give it all it takes, don't even go near it.
So it's fine if you're not going to get
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because most people that were forced into it, they eventually they produced a dysfunctional family. That is it. Because they don't have all it takes to sustain a home. At the end of the day, we see all manner of things. But when you know this thing is for me, I really want this thing, there's a lot of investment you're going to put into it and make sure it works.
Right.
Yeah.
How many years have you been married for now?
Yeah. Over 14 years, going to 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so far in about 15 years of remaining married, because some people have been married and now divorced.
Yeah.
But remaining married, what are the cogent things that the younger generation should know and have before considering getting into marriage?
Yeah. I would say one of those things, even the most important thing, is preparation. Your knowledge of marriage must really be solid before even considering it at all. And when we talk about knowledge, we're talking about the knowledge of who you are as a person, your identity. Do you have an identity? Do you have what you're meant for, what you're called out for? It's even going to help you to make a decision of who to get married to. Just imagine, I know now, maybe by identity, I'm a bird. I just want to use that.
Right.
I don't go looking. I don't go into rivers looking for to marry.
Like that.
Yeah. So preparation. You must have an identity, either as a lady or as a guy. If you are taking somebody on a journey, you must know your destination. You don't just pick on someone and say, we are going. I don't know where we are going, and
Let's just keep moving.
Let's keep moving. Let's see how it goes. No. So you must really be established in the knowledge of who you are as a person. That's the first thing. Then you can now consider some other things. Learning about other people, how to relate with people, how to live with people successfully. And you can't relate successfully with anyone if you don't understand them. And I think it's the major thing that is causing trouble in our days now. You think you know yourself, but you're not really willing to learn to study your partner. You just want to love that person your own way, when this person has a way
that they want to be loved.
They want to be
I think
loved.
that leads us to love languages. And
Yeah. So that's it.
Right, beautiful. So what's your take on sex before marriage?
I was even thinking about it. Yes, I'm a Christian. It's a sin as a Christian, but generally, it's not advisable. It's not advisable that you venture into it, because when you bring sex into relationship, it's like you are killing the health of that relationship. You stop talking. All you just want to do is to touch, to do all manner of things. there's a way it affects even your decision making. Because, when you're talking about sex, you're talking about a lot of emotion is going into it. So even when you see a reason to stop or to even end the relationship because of
the red flags will be looking like orange.
yeah, because of the pleasure you are, getting from it, you just feel I still want to enjoy it, I still want to stick around more. So the more you involve sex in any relationship, the more I would say the lesser the strength and the health of that relationship. Yeah. Because you keep going different directions. You will leave what matters and start doing what does not really matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so in recent days, I think as the days are growing, I think morals are reducing.
Yeah.
Yes. Because as couples, a girlfriend and boyfriend together, living together, I think we call it cohabitation. What's your take on that? Because honestly, it is dicey. We could, okay, please let me have your take first before I dive into my perspective.
All right, well, like I used to tell my folks, I'll tell you that don't do before you say I do. That's it.
Did you catch that remark?
You don't
do before you say.
Even when it comes to sex, don't do before I do. When you say I do, there are some things you are meant to give. You don't give it before you say it. Yeah. So when just living in when you're not married, it's going to affect a lot of things. It's going to affect a lot of. I've seen people do that, and oftentimes they don't. Such relationships don't eventually lead to marriage. Why? I've seen everything about you. There's nothing new. There's no excitement. You know how it is, or I would say how it was. Okay, you're getting married. Honeymoon is prolonged and everything. There's nothing, and you see these days.
The honey has been taken away.
Yeah. Yeah, and you discover that today is your wedding. Tomorrow you're already on the road doing one or two things because there's no excitement about it. You've seen it all. You've done it all, and marriage is a long journey.
Forever.
Yeah.
Well.
So you can't embark on it too soon than it's necessary.
Yes, that's for sure.
So I would say that one is a no. It's a no.
But when it comes to this whole see finish thing, the idea is, okay, you guys should not get too close before you get married. So there's excitement and tingling feelings. But by the time you are married, there's still going to be a point where you guys get, should I say, tired of each other? But you've seen each other finish, but you are still together. You're not leaving each other regardless. I don't understand that logic. The see finish is still going to come in at some point. So why is it a problem that it is coming in before marriage?
Yeah. When you're talking about marriage, it comes with a commitment.
Okay.
So it's coming with a commitment that this thing we are into is for life.
Right.
So you're coming with that understanding. So even when see finish sets in, you still
remember the commitment you made.
And you know that you are not the only, especially when you have a big wedding or something, when you have people, there are witnesses.
That was actually
Yeah. So you can't just afford to allow it, allow everything to go to waste like that.
Right.
So you want to stick to it. That's why I would always come back to your decision. Choose rightly. Choose the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with rightly. That is it. That's what it's going to. Even after you've seen everything about the person, you've seen it all, you've done it all, you still want to stick around. That's what we're talking about. So, without commitment, you don't just go about living together.
Right. Because at the end of the day, if it ups out, there was no commitment.
There was no commitment. Right. And there will be nobody to be held responsible for whatever happens.
Because there was nobody there to bear witness to that.
Yes, there are no witnesses to that.
This is another dimension.
So that's
honestly, wow. That is beautiful. Thank you so much, ma, for that. I would like to know, how many times should your partner cheat on you before you stop forgiving them?
Well, it's really, how would I say it now? It's really dicey. Yeah. And in the sense that it depends. Now, as a Christian, you're meant to forgive as many times as possible. Yeah. But I would just say, when we're talking about infidelity, we're talking about patterns. Has this person always been like this? There are some people that you just know. I was speaking with one married person, and he said, my husband had never been into women, as in, he's not. But along the line, just started. So if it has not been a pattern, then both of you should, if your partner is ready, if he's repentant, remorseful about it, both of you should seek help.
This is not marriage, relationship.
Okay, you mean relationship?
Relationship.
Oh.
Gen Z, like, now relationship.
Well, for me,
Yeah.
it's a no-no. The first time is enough to call it quits. Because one thing about marriage is that marriage doesn't change anyone. It only amplifies
Whoever you are,
whoever you are. That is it. So if you can do it before you get married, be sure there will be times and times that we'll do it again. Yeah.
So just take it once and leave.
Just leave. Yeah.
Wow. What about people that have been victims of a cheating partner or victims of heartbreak? How do we heal? And how do you heal from an heartbreak? It feels like your world has crumbled. Because you've been with this person, you've shared your dreams, you've imagined your life with this person, and suddenly it just looks like we are not going this way again. Maybe as a result of infidelity, or as a result of the fact, okay, something is just wrong, and this cannot work, and you have to sadly let go. Because I feel sometimes you might be in love with your partner. The fact that he cheats on you and you are breaking up with him, I feel it doesn't mean that you don't love him anymore. But you can't just take that and you are being careful about the future. But at that point, there is this heartbreak that happens. There's this crushing of hearts that you feel. How do we deal with that as either a guy or a lady, either ways, as victims of heartbreak? What should we do?
Well, there are choices. So if I'll say the breakup, if it's coming from you,
Yes.
it's okay. And if it's coming from the other party, it's still good. Because to me, like, it's popularly known now that a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. It's better because you won't have to invest so much and lose all. Because a marriage takes a lot of investment. Moral, mental, spiritual, everything. So it's better that way. Now, about healing, whatever is the reason behind the heartbreak, the breakup, let me put it, the breakup, just see it as how would I don't want to sound religious. Just see it as something saving you. Whatever it is, just know that it's just like a salvation for you. So when you see it that way, it's going to help you how to handle it. And I talked about your identity.
Right.
When you know your identity, you will know that whoever lives was never meant for you to be there. That's what I tell people. If she ever lives, she was never meant to be there. If you get that, I tell you, you'll be able to handle heartbreak very well.
Comes to the realization.
Yeah, you'll be able to handle it. That okay, there will be memories, things you've shared together.
It's the face of your life.
Yes, it's a face. So you just have to move on.
Right.
So you just have to be, you have to be sure of who you are. It's going to help you in handling any kind of, and that's just it. There are times that some people want to take it too good because of what people will say.
Yes.
People that have known you together, how do you explain to them? But they don't really matter. They don't even really care. As it doesn't really matter when it comes to marriage because it's going to be two of you.
Only the two of you.
Yes. And even in my relationship, it got to that point. Myself and my husband were always having, because it's like, yes, where everybody knew us together. It was the first person that was taken home. So they never knew anybody. He was the first guy that was, as I went home and I said, okay, this is the person I'm going to get married to. And even in my fellowship too, we were both leaders and they really held us, I thought about all those things when we're having issues and like that. What would people have been looking up to you? What would you want to tell them? And my parents too. Not only my parents, I would say my whole family. Yes, they really placed me so high. So how would I say? I don't know. But at the same time, when I put everything together, when I weigh what will be the outcome at the end of the day, if I don't take the right step, I know I'm the only person that would be at the receiving end. And I don't want to, until I got to that point that I care less what anybody says, what anybody feels. If you say, they said, as Christians, they said it's the will of God. Now it's no longer, I don't care.
The will has changed.
Yeah, I don't really care. Until I got to that point, nothing really changed about her. When I was able to damn the consequence of breaking up, just whatever anybody wants, I am ready for it. That was when I started saying, okay, I think this relationship can work. Because I know who I am. I'm not going to be tied up by
You're not tied up by what anybody's going to say.
Anybody's going to say.
So that would lead us to a particular conversation which relates to social media and relationship. But before we do that, we'll be going on a quick commercial break. Stay tuned, guys.
Naija Pairs is an online dating platform with an arm created to bring wedding vendors closer to their clients. We are after the happiness and fulfillment of every vendor. Visit www.naijapairs.com to get started and change your business space entirely. Naija Pairs, the website just for you.
Welcome back from that break. Thank you so much for staying with us. I remain the Mary Jeremiah, your host, and with me I still have Mrs. Bola Ajibade, marriage counselor, right in our midst. And as you all know, at Naija Pairs, we are advocates of love and entrepreneurship, and in that light, we have created a website strictly for matrimony, the matrimonial dating websites, and vendors of entrepreneurs. You can visit our website at www.naijapairs.com. We cannot wait to receive you now. Back straight into the question. Hello, Ma. How do you do again? So yes, before we went on the break, I spoke about social media influence on relationship in recent days. I would like to ask, do you think that online dating has given people an unrealistic expectations for their partners or for their prospective partners?
Well, yeah, because everybody would have to put their best foot forward when it comes to social media. So it's what you see, you believe.
Right.
Yeah. So I would say what you see on social media is not what it is in the real sense of it. So many people think of others. They judge them by what they see on the internet.
So does that mean that we should not get involved in online dating and all of that?
No, you can.
So if we must do that, and since we know that social media is just filled up with unrealistic memories and should I say moments,
okay.
As an individual that I would like to date somebody that I met online, what are the things you think I should do?
Well, all I would say is you just look closer. Look closer, move closer. Don't limit whatever assessment you have. Don't limit it to what you see on social media. Look deeper. That's what I would say.
So that means people that meet online and decide that they would like to date, there's a possibility in it.
Yes, there is. There is.
Okay.
By the virtue of the kind of conversation they have, by the kind of vibes
that they get.
Yeah.
So do you think that couples that met online, do you think they are more likely to last longer or they are least likely to last longer?
Oh wow, that's what I won't be able to say because it depends on personality and I would say intentionality of those involved. So it doesn't really matter whether you meet online or physically. It's just about being intentional to make it work.
The work that you put into it.
Yeah.
Okay, Ma. So what do you see to long distance relationships?
Well, long distance relationship, I would say there are more disadvantages than advantages we have in it. Because when it comes to relationship, I think proximity really helps you to further make your decision. It helps you to make quality decisions. Okay, just like we talked about putting your best foot forward online. You can also do that when you're not seeing that person. You know, when we talk about communication, it's not just about verbal alone, body language. Yeah, you should be able to, right? You can't be on the phone with someone and you'll be able to really read their body language. So everybody can really pretend to be the best. When you have to say, you have to talk, you know, even you have to see beyond
what the person is saying.
The person is saying.
What about people that they do not have the luxury, right? They are just in that situation where they have to just do long distance. What do you not advise that they just break up? Or what should they do? Because if you are dating somebody and he has to probably travel out for school and what should I do?
Well, if you have found yourself in such situation, communication is just the best to sustain it. Communication. You can't be in a long distance relationship and you keep giving excuses you're busy. You will not be able to see physically, and at the same time you won't be able to talk. I don't know how your day really goes, and I don't know what you do. I can't really track anything about you.
You don't just feel connected anymore.
There's no connection. So the only thing that sustains long distance relationship is good and healthy communication.
Intense communication.
Yes, very intense. Right. Even much more than when you see
each other. So there's a lot of talks to do. And so this is also, what are the traits to look forward to? What are the traits to look forward to in a person? Like in a partner? What are the things that, okay, because everybody has this, you must be tall, you must be dark, you must be curvy. What are vital traits that people should look forward to that a lot of people are not even paying attention to right now?
Well, from my counseling sessions with people, it usually breaks my heart when I see, adults, I want to call them adults, going into marriage and they don't know what it takes. And one of the most important things I will talk about is emotional intelligence. Is really a whole lot. When you're able to put your own emotions together, you are aware of your own emotions, you are able to manage your emotions, then bringing another person in, helping them to manage theirs, relating with them, responding to them, is really a major thing. So if I would say it would top my own list. You must be emotionally intelligent to be a good married partner. Yeah. And everybody talks about God-fearing. Yeah. Yeah. And when I mean God-fearing, I'm not talking about being religious. I'm talking about God. You know what breaks God's heart, and you know what God will not like. So if you know it, if you're in tune, if you're connected to God, there's a way you help your partner as well.
Thank you so much. How you're a marriage counselor? Yes. At what stages do you think that people should get counseling? Because most times people wait till I'm getting married in the next few months. I think I need counseling. So is that the proper thing? Can't I, as a newbie in a relationship, seek counseling on how to go through my relationship? Must it be when I'm ready to get married? So please we want to understand.
Yeah, I once posted that on my social media and marriage
is a big deal.
Yeah, marriages that should have never happened. Should there be a counseling time?
True.
Yeah. So these days we have pre-wedding counseling.
Right.
And I tell you, it should be the last. We have premarital counseling. That is before the date is fixed, before so many other people are carried along on that journey. So it's really good when you get counseling as a single person, to really know your own decisions, as what should be the factors that will affect your decisions. And at the same time, when you eventually get one person you are going to get married to, both of you should be able to go for counseling. And the reason is you'll be able to know. So this is not just about how you make your relationship work. It's not going to be about how you make your marriage work. It's going to be about how both of you fit for each other.
Make sure that before you spend so much time investing.
I handled a case, this particular lady was really enduring abuse from the partner for like 7 years in their marriage. Eventually, I had to trace her back to a pastor. When the pastor was speaking with me, he told me, said, the first day she brought him, and I was able to speak with this guy for just like 10 minutes. I knew there would be a problem. But at that time, she was already pregnant. So it was too late. The man said, I am not surprised this is happening. I saw it the first day this guy came here. So this lady shouldn't have married. But they came for pre-wedding counseling, not premarital, as in what it should be, what a married life should be. It's just about on your wedding day, this is how to do, this is what to do, where to move, how to answer some questions, all those things. And we should not be a priority. Are they really fit to work on this journey together? So when we talk about counseling, it's before emotions are involved.
So do you mean that at the early stage of the relationship, you can walk up to your partner and say, let's go get counseling?
Yeah, you can. And I even love that. I love people that come to me for that. And because most of the time when you come, I'm talking about, just like we were discussing the other time, I know Christians have access to all this.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are some that are not even professional. But when they come to me and they just say, okay, yes, I've met someone and we are planning to get married so date, I am so careful because a lot has already been into it. So I don't want to disrupt anything.
You don't really want to truncate somebody's wedding.
So I just want to work at their pace. But there are some that are just like, I met this guy and this, and I would like to hear you out and some things. I love that. For you to have come, that means you have not been emotionally spent in that relationship. So there are some things that can still be salvaged.
Right.
Yeah. So I love that. And I have been able to help so many people. Come, this marriage is not going to work. But that is when it's early enough. There was a guy that was close to me. He introduced me to the lady and we were talking. He just mentioned something about it. I said, no. But the wedding date has already been fixed. So there's nothing. I tell you, within 2 years, the marriage is broken. That's what we're talking about. So the earlier, the better.
So, ma'am, how can viewers at home who have listened to you, how can they get to reach you for counseling? How can they talk to you? On what platforms can they reach out to you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. And that's marriage is a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to reach you. Yeah.
So, ma'am, how do we avoid sex before marriage?
Yeah, it's possible. It's something that is achievable.
Right.
Yeah, because there's no way you won't be sexually attracted to the person when you get married.
There should be a problem if you're not sexually attracted.
Yes. So nobody should deny that. No, I'm not attracted to you or something.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage cannot work like that. So it's possible if both of them would agree. It's one thing for one person to actually want a sex-free relationship.
Yes.
And the other person is not
In
having
sync
it.
with that. Yeah.
So if it's going to happen, both of them must really agree.
Okay.
That's one. Must agree. And when you agree, then you make yourself accountable.
Okay.
That's it. You make yourself accountable. I used to have a friend who was both single. And there was time she was having issues, sexual issues like that, and not really sex in itself, but
Right.
you know what I mean.
Right.
And she reached out to me and said, how do we do this? And I said, okay, whenever he comes visiting, just beat me. And I'll keep calling you to check on you. And I was doing that. There are times I'll keep calling and say, bitch, he has left. No, it depends. Just like I said, it depends on how much you really want it. If you really want it, you will give it all it takes. That's it. Even myself too, when I was going out with my husband, I had to like, okay, this relationship, we have to submit it to the pastor. And I told the pastor, this is what I want, no sex. And when I was the first person to see the pastor and said, this, like that. And when the pastor was talking to us, he was really addressing my husband like, she's my daughter. And you will have me to answer to if you touch her, if anything happens to her. And really, it really works for us. It's one. So to be accountable. Yeah, be accountable in any way. As in be somebody that would be able to, it's not this generation, nobody wants to be monitored.
Definitely.
And when you are not supervised, there are times that
just fall off the radar.
That's how it works. So be accountable.
But while that stands, for people that have made the mistake already of having sex before marriage and they're still in the relationship, what do? Do they continue having sex because, we already did it? Or should they now try to build the culture?
Yeah, there should be boundaries. That's it, there should be boundaries. If, just like I said, it won't work. It's not going to work out if it's only one person that wants it. But if it's both of them, then you have to set boundaries. There are some boundaries too that I set when I was discussing with my husband. Yeah, this is the time you can visit me. This is where you sit. It's not about church, it's not about anything. Because we are all human beings with blood flowing through our veins. So I'm not denying the fact that I can really feel like it. But these are the things we put in place. So even if it has happened and you don't want it to happen again, the same rules still apply. Be accountable and set boundaries.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. So this is the very last question for today. Right. We have people seek validation and reassurances in different ways.
Right.
And I think most people want that, okay, if I'm dating you, post me now. At least let people know that I'm here. So for couples that, or probably say a person that wants to have a private relationship, but your partner is feeling like you are trying to hide them. Like, how do you strike a balance between being private with your relationship but still constantly making your partner feel secured?
Well, I was thinking about it a while ago. I said if I had had my own relationship this age, I'm not too sure I will be posting my husband. I'm really a private person. Okay? But the only thing is that what will not make me post him around will not make me post another person. That's another thing. So you will know that this is me. It's not that I don't post, I don't show you up, but I can show other people who know that this is what I do. I want to keep my life private. And you have always known. So it's not about you being in the picture. So it's just about you understanding your partner. But there are people that will hide under that guys and start like that. Just like me, I'm a private person. So I don't like posting. I don't want anybody to know about that. See, once the person is so concerned about keeping a secret, something is wrong somewhere. If the person you're going out with, you are proud of him or her, you should be able to show him off. Show him or her off, either online, physically. So if you are a private person, at least to people that matter.
Right.
If not to everybody, people that matter. You can't tell me you're going out with somebody having marriage in mind, and you're saying, I want to keep it secret. Your parents don't know about you, especially your friends. Meet my friend. When you know that it's more than friendship, then the partner should know that he or she does not stand any chance. That's how it is. So it's possible to keep your relationship private, but that is on the agreement that is your personality. So you're not going to break the rule for anyone. If you're not flaunting him or her on social media, there's no other person. That's how it works.
Thank you so much. Well, we've come to the end of the session. I hope you enjoyed yourself because we did enjoy the session.
Thank you.
So much. Viewers at home, I'm sure you can attest to the fact that you learned a lot. They do not say I do before you finally say I do. Am I right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. So we have come to the end of this episode with Mrs. Bola Ajibade and love, relationship, marriages, and everything in between. We will see you guys same time, same station the next time we meet. But please
make sure to hit the subscribe button, like our video, drop your comments in the comment section, and you can reach out to Mrs. Bola Ajibade on IG at Marriage is a Big Deal, and visit us on IG too at Naija Pairs TV. Signing out, it's the Mary Jeremiah.